Welcome and Param Shanti to all viewers in this spiritual channel Bapuji Dasrath Bhai Patel. This is conversation between Anandji and Bapuji on the topic of today's Mahabharata. Anandji is saying, Param Shanti Bapuji, today we will discuss the biggest event of Dwapar Yuga known as Mahabharata. The whole Bhagavad Gita is written on the basis of Mahabharata battle, and it contains lots of information related to spirituality and religion. Also, Srimad Bhagavad Gita plays an important role in the human life to guide them towards the true purpose of life. Today, we want to know what is today's Mahabharata. Is it war between positivity and negativity? Also, we want to know what is the role of humans in this war. What should humans follow, the religion or the spirituality? Further, we will discuss such questions that may not have been discussed by anyone. I would like to ask all viewers to watch full video, and we will cover this discussion in two parts. Please do share this video with others. So Bapuji, can you tell us what is today's Mahabharata? Bapuji is saying, look, the Mahabharata battle actually happened 5,000 years ago at the end of the Dwapar Yuga. Lord Krishna let the Mahabharata war happen. That war was between Kauravas and Pandavas. That war was between righteousness and unrighteousness. Today also the fight is going on between righteousness and unrighteousness. Also, in the name of religions, various wars have happened. So much wrong things are happening in the society in the name of the religion. The true religion teaches us never to fight with anyone. The true religion teaches us to spread peace in the society and give happiness to others. But today, some religion teaches the people to fight with each other so that they can expand their religion, and sometimes they use force to change people's religion. What is unrighteousness in today's time? So in present time, the religion itself is unrighteousness. In all these religions, in these hundreds and thousands of sects or monasteries, nobody teaches not to fight in the name of religion. Nowadays, the biggest unrighteousness is happening in the name of religion because nowadays the war takes place under the name of religion itself. The Mahabharata battle was the biggest event of the Dwapar Yuga, but after that, within these 5,000 years, so many big wars had taken place. Anandji is saying, Bapuji, the question arises here, after 5,000 years of the war of Mahabharata, why there is no affirmative change in the world. During the Mahabharata war, the humans with demonic thoughts were present, such as Duryodhana and Dusashana. The Lord Krishna told Arjuna to kill them as they could not change themselves in that human life. After death, they would reborn in human form and get new chance to become a good human and perform good actions on earth. But the change did not occur. On the other hand, much worse things kept happening on earth. Bapuji is saying, today everyone knows after battle of Mahabharata, the world continued to fall in the last 5,000 years, and various wars continued. Thus, who is today's Duryodhana and Dushashana? who are doing unrighteousness, who is today's Arjuna. So, everyone should understand that after the battle of Mahabharata, the souls reborn without any change in their values. In the war of Mahabharata, they used big weapons, just like nuclear weapons of today's date. Thousands of arrows were released from one arrow and injured thousands, or set fire unto them. The war of Mahabharata was a nuclear war, so the atmosphere was also spoiled. Even if souls like Duryodhana were killed, but they would transcend or travel as per their stage at the final moment. In Mahabharata war, good warriors were also killed. For example, Guru Kripacharya, Guru Dronacharya, Aswathama, Bhisma Pitama, etc. All these people were good, but they had to pay loyalty to their prince, who was Duryodhana. This is how they came under the karmic bondage with Duryodhana. Anandji is saying, okay, but we want to know what happened to those souls. Bapuji is saying, look, the war of Mahabharata was a mass war in physical world. My belief is that there is no point in the physical war. The actual war has to happen between the knowledge and the ignorance. What should happen? There should be transformation in souls, the change in soul values. Wars cannot bring the transformation in positive manner. Anandji is saying, very well said, Bapuji. The physical wars cannot bring the change in the world. Change comes from self-transformation. Bapuji is saying, in the physical war of Mahabharata, people died experiencing pain and suffer. Therefore, souls were in misery after leaving their body in Mahabharata war. It's a simple rule that the state and trajectory of a soul depend upon the stage of the final moment whilst leaving the body. Now, if a person is tortured and killed, then will the soul attain salvation or misery? That's why many yajna or oblations were performed by Lord Krishna through Yudhishthira for the peace of souls. But when someone dies in war or in fire, then the stage and the trajectory of the soul depend upon the final moments before the death. So the stage of souls did not improve after the war. Souls did not have the better upliftment. Anandji is saying, you mean to say that if the soul dies in the state of ignorance, then it will born again in the same state of ignorance, but will have an opportunity to become a new character and to transform itself. If the soul does not change itself and keep spreading the same old negative vibrations or demerits, then it will not come out of birth and death cycle. So there will be downfall of the society and society will not improve. Bapuji is saying, if we have to destroy, then we need to destroy the darkness due to the ignorance. Everyone should be given the knowledge of the divine and the supreme truth. Like that time, Srimad Bhagavad Gita knowledge was given to Arjuna. In the same way, Gita knowledge should be given to Kauravas too, by which the atmosphere could have changed. Gita has mentioned about the theory of karma and remembering the Supreme Soul in soul conscious form. Anandji is saying, Bapuji, we will come back to the topic now. So, now we understand that souls like Duryodhana, who were fighting from Duryodhana's side, they were not uplifted, but rather they had downfall. They died in ignorance and maybe they would have taken birth again. It has been 5,000 years now. They might have taken birth many times. If they have not improved themselves, or did not accept their mistakes, or have not worked on self transformation, then they would remain entangled in the cycle of birth and death. So that means even if asuras or demons, such as terrorists who are spreading terror and violence, are killed, then they would be born again and would make the wrong deeds as the goal of their life and hence repeat the same wrongdoings in their life. Bapuji is saying, look, after death, the souls with demonic nature spread the fear and terror even in the subtle world. Before, whilst in human form, they spread terror in this physical world just like Duryodhana and Dushasana, but after death, the impression of the soul has not been transformed, so they still continue to spread fear and terror. They become ghosts and just wander on earth because the soul still has the same state and trajectory as that of the final moment. These souls struggle to take birth. After leaving body, such demonic natured souls are caught by negative souls. Anandji is saying, Bapuji, is there any system that the souls with demonic nature would take birth in animal form and remain in animal forms until they have cleared their sins? Bapuji is saying, before there was such system. When a soul does so much sinful actions and its capacity goes down, then the soul would have to wander in 84 lakhs animal species or life forms. But gradually the system changed. But it takes time for a soul to downfall. It won't downfall in just one or two births. That's why I say that only the knowledge of the Supreme Truth is the solution. The souls need to know the theory of karma. We need to understand that the soul itself is its enemy and friend. With the knowledge of Supreme Truth and with the good deeds, one can be Supreme Soul from a soul. With the knowledge, there will be change in the impression. Only with the supreme knowledge, transformation of the soul and the world can happen. Wars cannot bring positive change on earth. Anandji is saying, Bapuji, let's talk further in relation to it. Who is today's Arjuna? What qualities and power does he have? And to whom he should worship? And how can today's human be Arjuna? Bapuji is saying, in today's elusive world, everyone follows bad values like Duryodhana and Dusashana. It's just that some have 100% and some 1% of such values. Human souls should check what percentage of bad values they have. Anandji is saying, Bapuji, but until the person stays in body consciousness, the percentage of bad values will remain, won't it? Bapuji is saying, the one who checks inside within themselves and realizes that I am trapped in the illusion, then they should try to take the knowledge in order to overcome. Furthermore, they should learn the theory of karma, listen to Bhagavad Gita, find out the God of Gita, walk on the path of the knowledge, not just accept anyone as Supreme God as that in the path of devotion. They need to understand that deities have become humans, so should not just worship 33 crore deities. Arjuna means the knowledgeable soul. The Arjuna of today is the one who searches for the divine knowledge, who is seeking for almighty authority because he is a high quality soul. Behad souls are Behad Arjuna. Behad soul means high quality soul. So they will start searching for the almighty authority. They will want to know about not just one earth or one solar system, but about billions and trillions of solar systems in the galaxy that's been written in the scriptures. Anandji is asking, Bapuji, what would be qualities of today's Arjuna? Bapuji is answering, in today's Arjuna, the virtue of his soul will be good. He will judge himself with the knowledge and will change his every act and will make change within. At first, he will dive into the ocean of knowledge. Then, with the knowledge, slowly he will change his life. With the knowledge and practice, it will bring transformation within the soul. He will experience soul consciousness. He will get the knowledge of soul consciousness. He will get the knowledge of Gita and also start giving knowledge to others gradually. He will see himself as a soul and he will have feelings of world transformation. Anandji is asking, Bapuji, to whom today's Arjuna will worship? Bapuji is answering, he will worship Almighty Authority. Anandji is asking, what are such powers within him that he can change the world? Bapuji is answering, today's Arjuna will know who is Almighty Authority. The high level souls have enormous power within the soul. They have power of infinite celestial degree. So, Behad Arjuna will have self-realization. They will stay in soul conscious form, remember Almighty Authority, and receive power from Almighty Authority residing in the highest of the high supreme abode. There is enormous power in soul conscious form, so he will awaken. Once awakened, he will then spread the vibration of Param Shanti mantra and change own aura as well as transform the atmosphere. The soul will gradually change their lifestyle. They will have self-transformation. They will dive into the ocean of supreme knowledge and also spread the knowledge to others. They will not do any act for destruction. Those ones who act for destruction are Duryodhana and Dusashana. Here, it's all about negative and positive vibrations. One is the knowledge of destruction, and the other one is to transform. Today's true Arjuna will know the true knowledge. Anandji is saying, Bapuji, did Krishna not know that there is no point of physical war? Why did he not use other ways to change the world? Bapuji is saying, look, at that time The Almighty Authority did not know much about Earth. This solar system was new to Almighty Authority, so he was doing experiments on Earth. The Mahabharata battle was one of the tests of Almighty Authority. The Lord Krishna was the avatar of Almighty Authority. Just think why Almighty Authority came to our solar system, our galaxy, our universe only. There are enormous universes and multiverses, and above all, there are infinite color universes. Anandji is saying, Bapuji, the definition of yoga you have given and spreading the vibration of supreme peace, why was that not told at that time? Bapuji is answering, at that point the time was different and the Almighty Authority did not have much experience. Almighty Authority did not have the knowledge of this physical world. Lord Rama was also the incarnation of Almighty Authority, but humans did not learn from him. Then Lord Krishna had to repeat war. If the Lord Krishna had wanted, he could have stopped the Mahabharata war, but only with the knowledge the values of souls can be changed. Anandji is saying, Bapuji, there were two wars in Treta and Dwapar Yuga. One was the battle of Rama and Ravana, in which Ram fought against Ravana and Ravana was killed, and the second one was the battle of Mahabharata. One war happened for Sita and then the other one happened due to Draupadi. There is always someone as a reason for war, but the series of wars has never stopped. So here the thing is, they did not have the knowledge that you have given us, which is spreading the positive vibrations of Param Shanti mantra. So the souls like Arjuna did not promote the spreading of the peace vibration. As a consequence, the war took place. In your opinion, the real war is within oneself because one cannot break the bondage of attachments and cannot work for the welfare of the society. Bapuji is saying, look, there were not only the battle of Ramayana and Mahabharata, there has been always fight between deities and demons. Look at the history and see how many battles have happened between deities and demons. There was Devasur Sangram. Even Brahma, Vishnu and Sankara used to fight among each other. Here we are talking only about our one solar system or Brahmand. Anandji is saying, Bapuji, it's not understood that Brahma, Vishnu and Sankara used to fight with each other so many times. They do not have knowledge, due to which they are not able to know each other's character. Then how can we expect from a common man not to fight and stay in peace? If deities themselves have lost anger, greed, attachments and ego, then how can human beings remove those from them? Bapuji is saying, the deities were always engrossed in places. Anandji is saying, yes, Bapuji, but humans are also engrossed in places now. Humans are trying to become deities again, but then deities become humans after being engrossed in places. So, no one has the knowledge to come out of this cycle. Bapuji is saying, in this solar system or Brahmand, there is always fight going on, both in physical world and in subtle world. From the beginning, Devasur Sangram has been happening. Deities live in the third plane or Swargaloka or heaven. There they have a body of three elements. You know the story shown in Star Wars pictures. Even though those are pictures, but how did that idea came into mind of the director or the one who made the picture? Someone must have inspired to make the picture, right? So the wars do take place between the stars or between the galaxies. Don't you think the owner of one galaxy would fight with the owner of another galaxy? If the war is happening on Earth, then it's obvious that war is happening in the subtle world too. Anandji is saying, by looking at the wars, I think non-violence words such as Ahimsa Paramo Dharma should have been spoken. Bapuji is saying, whoever has come, they have talked about non-violence or Ahimsa Paramo Dharma. But what kind of non-violence are they talking? They are only saying, don't kill insects. They are saying, even when you breathe, millions of germs go into your body. So how will you protect them? There are viruses in air. How will you save them? Things like that. Anandji is asking, how would one decide whether he or she is Arjuna or not? Also, what would one gain or lose from this war? Bapuji is answering, they can decide on the basis of their knowledge whether he or she is Arjuna or not. With the knowledge, they will understand the theory of karma. Lord Rama and Lord Krishna were the avatars of Almighty Authority. The Almighty Authority came in our solar system millions of years ago for observation. This Earth is only a sample. There are infinite numbers of solar systems, galaxies, universes, multiverses, etc. So, the war is happening in the entire multiverse. In the whole multiverse, wherever there is solar systems or deities and demons, the war is happening. You can imagine how many solar systems are there. There are millions and billions of solar systems in a galaxy and billions of galaxies in a universe. Similarly, there are infinite numbers of universes in a great universe, and so on. It's also mentioned in our Shastras about infinite numbers of solar systems. Anandji is saying, Bapuji, the point is if such condition prevails in the subtle world as well as in the gross world and everyone is ready to fight, then who is going to stop all this? Bapuji is saying, look, this physical world is controlled by the subtle world. Either it's a good work or immoral work, the subtle world is making it happen, either by inspiring people or by entering into someone's body. So, the one who is Arjuna will have knowledge and he will know the Almighty Authority. Anandji is saying, Bapuji, let's say the Arjuna who listens to knowledge and does the meditation with Almighty Authority and also wants to transform the world, will he win or lose the battle? Because birth and death cycle is also a battle, isn't it? Bapuji is saying, birth and death cycle is also a battle. Sustaining life on earth is also a battle. It's not easy. Every second there is a fight going on between positive and negative thoughts. Anandji is saying, today majority of people have thinking that in order to sustain one needs to involve in immoral works or wrongdoings. Bapuji is saying, the fact is, today, the air we breathe is also full of negative vibrations. The food we eat is also contaminated with negativity. That's why people's mind have changed. The mind is full of negativity, so the subtle body has also got negative impressions. As is the food, so is the mind. Then physical body also changes accordingly. Then what can a person do? A person wants to be good, but the living standards have become high. People are indulged in show offs, name, and fame. They have not been able to become free of attachments. Their desires have heightened. That's why today battle is within oneself. Leave the outer world. The soul has to fight within oneself what to do and what not to do. At least all the souls have a little knowledge what is right and what is wrong. Duryodhana also knew that he is indulging in evil act. There is not a complete ignorance. Anandji is saying, even in Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna had asked Lord Krishna, why does a person couldn't stop himself from doing sinful acts? And Krishna answered that the person does sinful acts due to his desire for lust and due to his ignorance. Until the person stops doing such acts, he will never be free from his cycle of birth and death. Bapuji is saying, look, today we need to eradicate the darkness of ignorance. What is the darkness of ignorance? The souls do not know what sort of karmas they should be doing in their life. They do not know the knowledge of Supreme Truth. So, know the Supreme Truth and do the karma by knowing the Almighty Authority. The souls need to uplift themselves and go beyond the religion and sects, because there are religions and sects on earth, but then there are also many earth-like planets in the universe. So there are many religions. That's why keep your intellect broad. Those who are powerful souls will know the Almighty Authority. They will know what kind of karma they need to do. The souls have been entangled into body and bodily relations due to the attachment. That's why I have said in many videos that a human is a social species. Now, humans have become jiva or animals, not even a soul. So humans need to understand that they are soul and have soul realization, or stay in soul consciousness and know the supreme soul. Anandji is asking, Bapuji, what is the role of time in this battlefield? Bapuji is saying, today's war is about the knowledge and the ignorance. The one who has knowledge will change his actions, but those who have no true knowledge, like Duryodhana, they will continue to do sinful acts. Those souls who are knowledgeful are Arjuna. They will stay in soul conscious state and increase the soul power. They will spread the vibrations of Param Shanti or supreme peace and change the negative vibrations of atmosphere. On the other hand, people like Duryodhana and Dusashana will continue to do sinful acts and they won't even think what they are doing. Lust has increased so much. Anandji is asking, Bapuji, what will the society gain if a person changes within himself or works on self-transformation? Bapuji is saying, when a soul works on the self-transformation, then it leads to a change in their thoughts. Then the feeling will arise within the soul to transform others and to do the welfare for the society. When one person brings a positive change within themselves, then they think to change the people around them. Their subtle aura changes and becomes good. The supreme elements enter into their aura. They will spread the vibrations of Param Shanti or supreme peace. They will put the affirmations for stopping war. Anandji is saying, Bapuji, Lord Krishna told Arjuna to awaken divine soul conscious state within the self and maintain stillness in mind or have sthit pragya stage. He also said to rise above the state of happiness and sorrow and perform the karma. Then he can change the world. Bapuji, what will you say about this according to the time today? Bapuji is saying, when the soul understands the knowledge of the soul, practices to stay in soul consciousness, understands the theory of karma, and accepts that whatever is happening in the life is a result of own karma, then he will realize that if he stays in soul consciousness and performs yoga with Supreme Father, then he will get power within his soul. Once he gains power and spreads the vibrations of Param Shanti, then his aura will change and he will experience happiness. The atmosphere of his house will change and everyone in the household will also feel the vibrations of Param Shanti or supreme peace. Wherever he goes, he will spread the vibrations of Param Shanti. Anandji is saying, Bapuji, Arjuna asked Lord Krishna what happens to me if I fragmented like a cloud in this war. In today's time, if someone dies while following the path of supreme knowledge and spreading the vibrations of Paramsanti, then what will happen to that soul? Bapuji is saying, if someone dies on the battlefield, the soul may attain salvation or they may be in misery. In the battle, people from both sides die, whether it's a good side or bad. Dying means leaving body. But then those souls dying in the war do not have knowledge. But here it's about the knowledge of soul. If the soul stays in soul conscious state and spreads the vibration of supreme peace, then the attainment is of higher stage in the supreme abode. Anandji is saying, Bapuji, Lord Krishna told Arjuna that if he dies in the battlefield, it would still count as welfare and he would enjoy the paradise in heaven. What will you say about this? Bapuji is saying, see, the Mahabharata war that happened was at the physical level, but today battle is at subtle level. It's the war for soul transformation through the supreme knowledge. Today souls have the temporal stage or the Tamopradhan stage, but through meditation with almighty authority, the soul will receive power. With the help of power, the soul will be able to overcome its vicious habits and be free from them. The soul will be liberated from lust, anger, and greed. The soul will become desireless. When the power increases, the soul will be detached from worldly attachments. He knows that physical war is not the solution to the problems. Fighting with others in the name of religion is also not the right solution. Spreading the supreme knowledge and supreme peace vibration is the only appropriate solution. Firstly, the soul needs to experience the soul conscious form and then give knowledge of soul consciousness to others. Charity of the knowledge is the great one. Anandji is saying, Bapuji, I am going to stop this video and we will cover the rest of the discussion in next part. I would also like to request all the viewers to watch the second part of today's Mahabharata. Thank you. Param Shanti. For the original Hindi video, please click the link given in the description box below. Thank you. Param Shanti.